it's Katie again. Welcome back. So for your 20 minutes of little break time today, we're going to have a look at something called the sound column. And this is really useful for connecting mind and body. So often we go around and we're so full of what's going on in our mind, we're not really conscious of how our body feels. But using this technique, we can actually get into understanding and feeling what's going on with the body so much more. So we'll have a little play with some sound before we get into that. So to start with, what I'd like you to do is place your fingers on the back of your neck. And all we're going to do is take the NG that comes at the end of the word sing and run down a scale, run down our voice. So for example, we want to have a loose jaw. The tongue will come up at the back of the throat a little bit. And just notice if you can feel any vibrations in the mouth towards the back of the neck and so on. Let it drop as low as you can. Take a breath in through the nose. Start to get a little louder, let the sound come out. Big breath in. Might feel the vibrations down the front of the torso. One more, breathe in. Beautiful stuff. Well done. Okay, we're going to add on to that and take a moment to stretch out the shoulders. Take a big wide stretch of the arms, cross the left arm over the right and reach round for your shoulder blades. Now, while we're here, we can press the fingers into our shoulder blades for a little bit of a massage. If you find any tender spots, press in, hold it, and then breathe in deeply. Press a little bit harder, holding the breath in, and then let it go. Sigh out the mouth, release the fingers. Have another little go. Find all those tight spots in the shoulders. You can move the fingers around wherever you feel like you're going to have some tension. Take a deep breath in. When you find something, press into the spot really hard. Might be a bit tender. Hold the breath and then, release. Let it go. Take the arms out wide once more. Cross the other arm over the top this time and do the same, pressing into the shoulder area. Walk the fingers around the shoulder blades until you find something that needs to be released. Take a breath in when you do. Press into that tender spot, hard as you dare. And then, let it go. One more. Find all those tender spots. Press in. Breathe in deeply. Press in even more. And let the sound go. Beautiful. Okay. Rolling the shoulders up, back and down. We're going to squeeze the shoulders up towards the ears. Take a breath in. And then release the shoulders, let the breath out. Let it drop. Squeeze up. Inhaling and drop. Squeeze up, breathe in. Let the sound come out as loud as it wants to. Inhale. Squeezing up, tight, tight, tight. Make it a good one. Great stuff. Well done. Okay, last little thing we're going to do before we get into our sound is to take the arms wide once more, and this time cross the arms as tight as you can, as high up the arm as you can, and then we're going to bend the arms, bring the backs of the hands together, and then if possible, try palm to palm. So we've got our arms twisted up. Lift the elbows to shoulder height and press the forearms away and feel the shoulders open. If that's not going to happen for you, if you've got a restriction, you can't get your arms across, that's no worries. You can simply take what we call a genie pose. So you can stack the arms instead and press the forearms forward, opening up the shoulders instead. So if you can't get your arms twisted up and high enough, you can take that option. Now take a deep breath in, feel the breath into the shoulders, and give me a feel the sound dropping down into the body. Again, deep breath in. Hum into the shoulders. Releasing the sound. Let that R drop deeply. Undo the shoulders. Give the shoulders a little roll, or undo the arms rather. And we'll do the other way around. So stretch the arms out wide. This time crossing the other arm on top, as high up the arms as you can get. Bring the backs of the hands together with the elbows bent. And then palm to palm. You can hang on to your thumb. That's an option too. And likewise, if that's not happening, stack these shoulders, stack the elbows. Press the hands away, press the elbows away, opening up the upper back body. Deep breath in. This time we're going to have an moo. So moo. Feel the of the ooh inside the throat, and the ooh comes down into the body through the shoulders. Breathing again. One more. Moo. Feel that ooh low in the belly. Once more, inhale. And release the arms. Give the shoulders a little roll. And we'll come to our sound column. This is a really, really wonderful technique. Now, feeling sound in the body can be pretty difficult, but the vibrations through the body are wonderful for helping us release tension, tightness. It gives us a little bit more energy so that when we come into yoga stretches, we can move those tissues a little bit more effectively. So first off, I just want you to place your hand over your heart. Breathe deeply. And feel your heartbeat. Now, we're going to hum, but what we're going to do is see if we can find the sound under our hands. Now, the noise you make is going to be different to mine. It's going to be in a different place. So if I hum, move the sound around up and down until you can feel a vibration in your chest, so under your hand. When you've got it, have a go at moving the sound upwards, so sliding up the scale to see if you can move the sound from out of this area and feeling it in the throat. Now, all of the sound is going to be felt in the throat to a certain extent because we're using it to make the sound. But the purpose is moving it from away from the chest and lifting it towards the next chakra. In yoga, we work with the energy centers of the body. There are multiple, but the main 7 to start with. So humming under the hand, feel it in the chest, then raise the sound until you feel the vibration leave the hand and shift into the throat. Okay, we're going to take the sound lower. Now, as we get higher and lower, particularly when we go lower, it's much harder to feel for 2 reasons. We're going deeper into the body for one, and secondly, the lower we go in terms of our pitch, the slower the vibration. Higher notes vibrate at a much higher frequency, which is why we need fewer sopranos than we do basses. You always hear the high notes first. They move faster and we respond to them more quickly. So when we go deep into the body, those lower sounds, they're harder to feel because they're softer, as well as being so much deeper in the body. Now, what we can do to combat this and enhance the mind-body connect is to visualize the sound running down the spine instead. So it's almost like using the spine as a visual aid, as you would with a trombone arm, for example. So there's no notes on a trombone. It's just the sliding of the arm that allows the player to find the pitch. And there's a sensory technique that comes with that. So we're going to steal that. So with your hand over your heart, you can close the eyes and hum and see if you can visualize that feeling, that note in the same space on the back body. So where your hand is over your heart, feeling the sound humming, visualize it where your heart would be on the backside. Mm. Then visualize it moving up the spine as we shift the sound into the throat. Mm. Keep that in mind. Wherever you are, your pitch is going to be different to mine, so don't let me put you off. Mm. Okay, let's try going lower. So we'll go down now to the solar plexus chakra. Okay, so from here, hand over the heart again. Mm. Find your heart note, find your chest note, and then visualizing it running down your spine. Aim to get to the little triangle opening between the rib cage where it just starts to fan open. We're aiming for about here for our solar plexus chakra. So humming. Drop it down. And even if you can't feel it, if you feel it, you're going to have to be pressing in quite hard. But see if you can visualize it on the back side, down the spine. Now keep that idea. We're going to go even lower. This time we're going to go just below the belly button. So again, keep that visual aid in your mind. So we're going down the scale, and then take it all the way down. Visualize it moving. Visualize the sound down at your tailbone. So going right down into the root chakra. You won't feel this, but see if you can see it in your mind's eye. It's going to be the deepest thing you can probably hum audibly. But see if you get a sense of something going on at that tailbone. Takes a little bit of practice. Okay, we're going to move all the way back up to the heart bit by bit. So starting down at the tailbone, you can close your eyes, visualize the spine with that humming going on at the bottom. You can put your hand on your very low part of your abdomen to start with if you want. Then visually move up the spine, taking the sound with you to just below the belly button. Now bring the sound up to the solar plexus. Play around with it, move around. Then bring it up to the heart. Keep following it up the spine. Till you can feel it under your hand. And then into the throat. Now we're going to send the voice higher. So I can feel it in my throat now. Very gentle fingers on the throat. Keeping the tongue relaxed. Maybe the back of the tongue lifts to the soft palate, which is the area right at the back of the voice, so that we see the sound here now. So send it up the spine, and you might feel some vibration going on around this area, the band around the eyes. The sound's going to change. It's almost buzzing like there's a fly in the room. And then lift it even more if you can, sliding it up to the top of the head. And then we'll go all the way down. Breathe when you need to. All the way down. Okay, now there's a couple of things that we can add on. When you get used to this is a really nice practice to do. You take your time over it, play with one or two at any given time. But it really lets us enhance the idea that we can move the breath and we can hear it moving, we can visualize it moving, and it really does help put the mind and body back together, working as one thing. If you didn't find it right now, that's fine, don't worry. Just work with the heart and the throat maybe to start with. Keep the visualization in your mind, and eventually you'll start to get a sense of it. Now, in terms of the vocal yoga element, what we can do is use some words to aim as low as we can and get the voice to travel. So If you can remember this phrase, which makes no sense, zo a me ne whoop, zo a me ne whoop. Now the zo is right down at our root chakra, the very lowest point at the tailbone, the zo. So we're moving these words, we're moving through the vowels. The comes up to the low belly. We've got me, ne, and then as we get to the woo, we're sending the sound up through the last three chakras and out the top of the head. So what we end up with is a zo, and it lets the sound travel. It really lets the voice out. And apart from being a really nice exercise for Mind Body Connect, we feel great afterwards because it's pretty silly. So let's have a go. Zo a me ne whoop. So low with the zo, zo. Let the throat open. If you need to slide down to it, that's fine. But see if you can get that sense of lift. Don't worry about a big breath in first. I'd rather you relaxed. Take a breath in now. Exhale, relax the body. And now Zoa and Zoa mene. And you'd be surprised at how far up that oop can go. Let's try one more. Zoa mene. You can take your time with it. Let's do one more for luck. As you get higher, you might find that you have to squeeze the belly in to get the sound out. Again, perfectly normal. Travel the breath with the sound and the sound with the breath. Last time through, here we go. Beautiful stuff. Well done. Okay, so we're going to come to a little sing. And quite appropriately, we're going to take the song You're the Voice, just the first little part of it. So as we get through this song, we have it quite low to start with. If you don't know it, that's fine. Have a listen and then come back and have a sing-along karaoke style. So it starts off quite low and very soft. This is why I've chosen it. But when we get down to the chorus, we've got those big moving, oh, we're all over the place. Let your voice come out and see if you can feel where it's coming from as you breathe the breath with style, having a little sing through this song. Okay, let's have a go. Right, mind your ears. Not yet. Okay. We have the chance to turn the pages over. We can write what we want to write. We're gonna make ends meet before we get much older. We're someone's daughter. We're someone's son. How long can we look at each other? Down the barrel of a gun. You're the voice trying to understand it. Make a noise and make it clear. We're not gonna sit in silence. We're not gonna live with fear. Great stuff. Well done. So a little bit of Mind Body Connect. Finished off with You're the Voice, because you are. Have a wonderful day and I'll see you again soon.